G'day and welcome to my garage. Hi, I'm Peter. You may be wondering why I've now wandered off into making the Gingery Fly Cutter. Well, Gingery Fly Cutter is part of the book. It's in book 4. Anyhow, yes, it is in book 4, and the idea of it is to machine the permanent work table. But I'm introducing it early so I can machine the front face here of the main spindle. Reason being for that is this was rough. This was rough cast, and it wasn't flat, and it wasn't square or perpendicular to the bed. So I've introduced it early to machine this face off, and that's why you may think I'm diverging away from building the gingery mill. No, it's part of the process. So without further ado, let's get into the build of the Gingery Fly Cutter. Thanks. Today will be, I've made up this block, 50mm, excuse me, 50mm thick. I can't remember the size of it now, but it's got to be turned round down to 2.5 inches, and it's for the Gingery Fly Cutter. Unfortunately, this small machine won't reach right around to the back, but that doesn't matter. We can reverse it, and it's only a timber template. So let's continue on. Alright, 2.5 inches. 2.5, 25, 4, 50.8, 51.5 inch, 12, 13mm. What did I say? 51, 61, 64mm, about 72. This dust is getting to me. What are we down to? 68 point something. Seven. 65.5. So 2, 4, 500. Spot on. 2.5 inches. Just have to chop that off, then cut that on an angle. Actually, I might leave that on to help me cut that on an angle. All right, catch you later. I have to use a smaller chuck in the 16mm chuck, because the 16mm chuck won't chuck down. That's a lot of chucks. 16mm chuck won't chuck down to a 2mm drill bit. Oh well. I've lost the small chuck key. I'll find it. Okay. What we're doing here, this is the second half. This is the cape section and the drag section. So I've drilled this out. I'm going to put glue a steel pin into there and plug this hole. I had to make this hole to turn this body down. I'll plug this hole, clean it up, and then drill it to take the end of this pin that I'm going to glue into there. So that'll be the cape and the drag halves. This is the fly cutter. Needs to be cleaned up, puttied, painted. Still a fair bit of work to make this pattern, but it's coming along quite nicely. Okay, catch you later. So this is the plug that I'll put up the centre of this. And then the pin, I'll cut that off, and that will be a nice fit for there. So just have to drill this out to 9.5mm and glue that in, maybe 10. We'll see how we go. Or I just knock this down. But that'll give me this fill. That will fill the hole, and also I've got the centre. So the pattern should be pretty much on centre. All gets cleaned up afterwards, after it's cast in aluminium. Then plug it in, because it'll have a steel core. And where's that piece? So that piece will end up being a steel core in the mould, in the sand mould. And then once that whole thing's cast, we'll have the steel core, it'll go in, and then the outside of this will get trimmed. Which reminds me, I have to put a small amount of angle on this. Yeah. Alright, I've got to think about that. I want to do it by hand, so I'll do it on the lathe. Leave this a little bit long so I can grab it and just put a slight bit of drafting on that. Okay. Beautiful. Let's give it plenty of draft. Just need to square off. That's a little bit rolled over. Yep. That will work. Just need a couple of drops of glue. Put this in the right way, of course. The pin. Come on, in you go. Okay, just got to go and finish this off in the vise. As you can see, that was a neat fit, and this is painted, so wants to be a neat fit in this, but not a neat fit in the other half. So we just scrape the paint off. Okay, let's see what kind of fit we get out of that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That goes down first, gets packed in, flips over, that goes on, gets packed in, they open up, and yep, that's got to be a nice fit, but not tight, because it needs to come out when the cape gets lifted off the top. And like I said earlier, not too worried. That becomes a steel core in the aluminium housing, and I just chuck that in the lathe and then turn this up so it turns true. The timber plug I put in here is proud through there, I know that, so I just hit that with the saw and just cut it out. Very nice. I can finish that off with a file. Okay, there's a couple of divots here that I need to fill up with putty. There's still a little bit of that centre hole left there, that's got to be filled up with putty, and then the back's got to be filled up. Probably, let's just clean up a bit. That's better. So there we go. One pattern ready for casting. Catch you later. Bye. G'day and welcome to some more moulding or casting. This is the fly cutter. I'm going to give that a go. See how we go. You can see it might be a little bit wet. A little bit dry, I should say. There's a touch of wet. Okay, you've got to remember that has got to go down, so the drag will be the top and the cope will be the bottom. Just got to remember that. So it goes down, holes in here. Chalk, there's my chalk. Let's see, one. About there, and about there, one about there, and about there. We'll leave that one. Alright, where's the other half? Oh, they're in the other piece. Forgot about that. Should be four. I'll be able to hear the furnace going in the back. I've already made, I'm going to do two pours. The quilt support, which is the other one, and this fly cutter. See how we go. We're not going to go, are we? Bright spark. Didn't tell me, did you? Power it up, good. Try that again. Oh, yeah, good separation. That's good. Yeah. Well, that pretty much worked. It's going to be a little bit of a problem down there, but I can live with that. That piece there broke off. Half the reason might be because I didn't finish that off. That'll do. I can easily file that square. Now, where were the... So this is the top. Okay. There, one there. Clean the other half up. I'm now just going to pull this out. It came out neat. Beautiful. Okay. Just blow these out. This is the, I know it says coat somewhere, yeah. It's actually drag. That's the shaft. That's the shaft for the cutter. Gates. Okay, that's that one. This is only a small box, so I've never done this before. Thought I'd just clamp it up, make sure it doesn't lift. Alright, I'll bring you back a little bit later when I'm pouring. Okay, let's break it open. This is the, what is this? This is a fly cutter. Let's see how this fly cutter turned out. That turned out pretty good. That steel piece gets knocked out. I knew I was going to have some extra metal there, but that'll file out fairly easy, and the whole thing will clean up pretty well. I think that's a good one.